best streamer on the internet, Battery H.
Hey everybody. One more thing to change, yes. Playing. Something get deleted. Apparently something got deleted. Okay, hang on one moment. There, that's better. Now it looks like it's supposed to actually look. Who'd have thunk it? Okay. New airport time, everybody. Doesn't he just look redonkulous? Yeah, let's see if we get a bigger nose on him. That's got that nice green evil eyes. It's Halloweenish. Let's give him that wonderful vampire look. Well, you know, we are in New Orleans, right? So there's a little bit of vampire around everybody. This looks interesting. Do you manage an airplane? Actually, we manage an airport. We're going to actually build and manage an airport. Yep, that's the whole idea. So we're going to call myself Battery H is just so normal. We're going to call ourselves Major Fail. And that is about where Louis Armstrong International is. And you say, how is your airport code MSY? That bears nothing to New Orleans or Louis Armstrong. It's because the airport was once known as Mont Saint Airport. Oh, right there. That's us. You know that's us. Dear Major, thank you for our meeting. I hope you like the new digs. No, it isn't much, but hopefully you'll be better than the last person who tried to build our town's airport. You've got a lot of work ahead of you, so you better get to it. Basically, it tells you how to open the management panel and the manuals panel and where everything is, sort of. And so we can close that. Oh, they've got current seasons up now and everything like that, so we can do that. We're going to go into game menu real quick, though, because audio settings, they just still have one big one, so we're going to take the volume down just a little bit. And the airport is closed because we haven't built it yet. Well, here's the area for our airport currently. And to get started, really the easiest thing to do to begin with is to build sort of a general aviation airport. And let that start bringing in some money, and then we'll build our terminal and things. So we'll see how far we can get with this. So first things first, you can do the tutorial, small airfield, right? And this kind of works you out how to do it. And those kinds of things are good. So I think we're going to concentrate our GA portions kind of over here. So the first thing we need to do is actually go into the dashboard and go into our contract section. Why don't I go for the 5-acre? Because you'd be surprised how much this stuff starts to cost. The only reason I took it at easy mode is because it gives us enough money to actually start doing a few things right off the bat. Because of everything that you have to do. And we don't think about it, but all these little things that do cost and the people we have to hire to get them. So we're going to take this small highway building company. They can take up to 60 people, and they have an hourly fee of $9.30 per contractor. So we'll sign that contract. And then our next step now we don't, to get avgas, we don't need a, ooh, cool. So operations, construction, I'm going to deploy all of my contractors. The first flight is Trans-Pacific. Yes, exactly. How did you know? Off our tiny runway. And they'll start coming out, and the very first thing we're going to build, believe it or not, is not that. We need infrastructure. We need a small runway. So here comes our worker bees, and then they'll start delivering material for our little runway over here. We definitely want that area to be kind of clear of trees. You start to see we are beginning with 5 small stands that'll allow us to do this. You can see they're already building the grass taxiway. And what we need to do now is create our taxiway modes. So we start at one there. Then we connect them with our stands. And as the stands get built, GA will be able to use that. And we're going to bump up time just a little bit here to kind of move our working crews along. They have a lot to build. Here's our very first runway. It is a grass runway, as you can see. And it is, of course, closed because we haven't built a tower yet or any place to put anybody. And eventually what we're going to end up doing, I think what I'll want to do is kind of we're going to move our public road and our drop-off and construction crew areas over here. For a later game. Okay, you're starting to see those stands pop up. That little red circle says they're demanding attention. We can select for general aviation flights only. We can open up the stand. Morning, Sean. How are you this morning? Alright, we're going to get this stand set for general aviation and opened up. Good morning, Vietnam. Well, not quite Vietnam, but it is a grass strip, so sort of Vietnam. Runway operation is both takeoffs and departures. This will not be for commercial flights right now. We're going to open the runway. The airport is still closed, however. You're full of pancakes. Awesome, buddy. It was a cheesesteak omelet and some hash browns for me this morning with some bacon to add because, you know, you want to get that fatty long-term energy storage going on there. Yeah, I could not get the missus for some strange reason to come up and see me this morning. I do not know why. Yeah, we can trash the... You actually get junk email in this game, which I find is incredibly realistic. We'll just take a look at where we're at on the tutorial. So we've completed step 1, prepare for construction. We're in progress of setting up that. We've got to set up hold points yet and an ATC tower. And then service 5 general admission flights. So we're going to go into infrastructure, back to our taxiway mode, and set our hold point here. And once again, set our hold point there. And then so the operations panel overview. We can now open up the airport. We can always set it to always accept general aviation, so as long as there's general aviation open, we'll be good to go. How old is this game? Feels like the mid-90s. Actually, it's not. It is still in early access. So yeah, that's where we're at. And why did that not open up the airport? Oh, because I stopped time. So the airport is now open. It has a Prison Architect 2D feel to it. Again, this game isn't about the flashy graphics. It's about the gameplay and the simulation. So yeah, just retro graphics. Yes, it is an indie. 2 guys in their basement. The one guy is now just moving to it full time. So we're waiting for the time of day, and I can speed that up. They've been working on it in their spare time and weekends and stuff between, when they're not working at work, for about 3 years now, I guess. And as we start building the terminal, you're going to be amazed at what 2 guys can do. So we're day 2 in the spring. We still have a little over, 7/8 of our money left, and we will start building our terminal here as soon as we get some of these things going. I'll get a fuel service running, and we'll work on making this bad boy a regional airport. Even though we call it an international airport. So we've got new applications, and that's the other thing we'll have to do is hire people to fill various roles. Fill the board and various applicants, airport staff, security, janitors, service techs, ramp agents, and our first flights are now arriving. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is demolish that. go to the tutorial here. And as those 5 flights get out, we will proceed to our next step. And you can see that this Cessna came from Buffalo. And we'll go back to Buffalo here. This one's going to BMI, Washington. So you can get the information on your flights. Who wants to come on a grass patch in the middle of nowhere? This is New Orleans, baby. And since they can only land and take off in the day because they fly IFR, or VFR, Visual Flight Rules. Okay, now we're going to build our very first fuel services. We'll start unlocking our fuel service systems. And the next thing we need to do is build some infrastructure, so some public roads need to come this way. Build a Tim Hortons instant. If I could build a Tim Hortons, I would be there. No, Mont Scott, it doesn't. What it does do is right now it just gives you different places that the flights come in and go from. Okay. And this will be concrete for a very important reason that will come to pass. That'll give us our basic vehicle depot and a basic fuel depot. And more service road. As you can see, our little construction rats here are working very, very diligently. And if you look, every one of them has a name, an ID, and a contractor number or an employee number. Bigger hangar for the planes. No big hangars. A peeler bar on site. Nice. Okay. So now, as you'll see in our tutorial, we've got to operate it. Order our fuel truck, and he'll show up. Go to the contracts bit. Now see, we now have a medium company that's willing to do construction for us if we want, and we've got 3 fuel companies. And now they will bring fuel to us. And here he's filling up the tank. And we're filling up the gas truck. So now our main tank is at 80% or 90%. And as you watch his flights come in, if they request fuel, we can now refuel them. As you can see, our construction guys are just hanging out right now, and unfortunately they are still costing me. So I'm going to need to start building some stuff. I gotta go, that's right, I have to go into the operations panel in overview. One type of fuel for every plane? No, actually. There is, but you have to get a procurement director first. You'll be able to get another fuel station there and use that for jet fuel. Avgas is just a little cheaper. And it's what's generally used for general flights, general aviation flights. And as you can see, we're making money off of every drop of gasoline we sell. And it gets called back out. And unfortunately, I don't think they've coded it yet where it could go from plane to plane to do the filling. Oh, yes, I guess it can. Comes in and fills that plane up. And this allows us to get a pretty good income rolling in order to keep up our stuff, because right now, as you can see, the grass is taking a beating, and it's going to cost us $2,500 to repair it, because everything in this game degrades over time. I don't believe they've set up anti-icing in the game yet. I think that's one of those things that they're going to develop later on. I don't know that New Orleans actually has any anti-icing equipment. Okay. So we've done our small airport, and now we can upgrade to a regional airport. Okay, we need to construct a terminal. Because we want commercial flights, right? Yes, Toronto does have lots of anti-icing equipment. So does Cleveland. But Denver is the king of anti-icing, let me tell you. They have it down to a science. Because once you get de-iced, you have a certain amount of time before you have to get off the ground. So they actually time it out, know how long it's going to take to do roughly every plane. They'll have you pull out away from the gate if you need to, sit in a waiting area right next to the de-icing bays. Pull up to the de-icing bay, have you done, and then you're basically rolling to the point where you will take off. You'll almost not stop. Depending on the landing or whatnot, there may be one or two planes ahead of you, but that's it. I think I'm coming down with my wife's or my kid's cold, which is not going to make this fun today. But hey, you know, we'll make it work. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves a terminal built here, which means we need to start with some foundations. I need to build a new...
Nano boost administered.
BJ Weiler, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Welcome to the stream. And once that gets built, I can demolish that. And move this public road over here, right? do is do constructor. And then we want a bus stop. And some car drop-off points. Place a door on the wall, bus stop and car drop-off, build sidewalk for passengers and staff to walk to and from the terminal. Yep, that's a good way to start. Looks like we're closely there already, eh? And the first thing we have to do is go into items. Large door. Didn't know what to make of that much sidewalk. As we continue to see swarms of people constructing up our airport. Feeling that extra life love. Oh my goodness. Remember, one of the drawings we'll give away is a mug just like this of the beloved Scania we'll be using early tomorrow morning. And the dates of this stream. I make 2 of these every year, one for me and one for a lucky individual. BJ Weiler, thank you very much for donating, my friend. It has not raised. Or is that the team? $15 from the Judgment Gaming and Extra Life team. Thank you very much, sir. That'll come up closely. But in the meantime, you know it's coming, buddy. Build sidewalk faster. Okay, the total has not yet updated on is all. But we are up to 768.32. Thank you very much, my good friend. Laying asphalt in the middle of the night I've always found is much better, especially down here down south. It's cool enough to actually lay the asphalt. You're beginning to see we'll have baggage claim and ticket desks over here. Security kind of in this area. Baggage pickups here. We'll have some room for shops and a lot of room for gates. Gotta lurk? No problem. Well, have here and enjoy it, please. You can see where we're at in the tutorial. We'll have to start working passenger flow, exactly. You can see we have taken a huge hit though in the money department. That's okay. As we get the infrastructure built, it will. And as you can see, people and things will start appearing here shortly. Yay! Okay, items time. Let's get some check-in desks. Small security checkpoint. Security checkpoint. Boarding desks. And then we'll have to start hiring some staff. So as we go to the boarding desks, here we are. That's the boarding desk. No. We want a check-in desk. Yes. Okay, so there's the check-in desk, and you can see the conveyor belts that will eventually lead to where we need them to lead. Okay, we'll have 5 check-in desks. We're not going to man that many, obviously. Okay, the next area is security, and we need to get some small security checkpoints. To do that, we'll have to declare an area a secured zone. items. Check-in desk. Small security checkpoint. Eventually we're going to get some walls here, so we need to build some more walls. This area too will all be labeled as secure.
Nano boost administered.
RMG Gaming, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Okay, and then another item we get to place here is the secure zone exit. Okay, now we have all these secure zones and exits, right? So we've got that. We'll have to build a staff. We're gonna have to build a new runway, I think, for our commercial flights. Yay! But we need to build a couple of stands first. And we need a new runway. I gotta go one more out. There we go, that'll be better. AKA 90% of your spending. That's always security, my friend, always security. We'll give him precision runway on this one at least. And then the next thing we have to do is in structures. And build check-in desks. Or no, pardon me, boarding desks need to be placed inside. That'll give him a hold point there. It's probably a little bit far back. Taxiway. We still need taxiway, unfortunately. And concrete. Open the runway. Let's see where we stand on our tutorial. Open and enable commercial sites for a flan. Pass on a stand to open its gate. Connect boarding gates to desk. Connecting the stand to our gates. Right. Now the next big step. This one Gate 1. Alrighty, Sean, I'll see you later, my friend. Taz, good to see you back. So I think we're all set on that. Now the other thing we can do here is drag out a staff room, build desks and seating in the staff room, build floors, build plants. So we've got a little bit of everything going on here, right? So we are going to need to build a staff room. And then that area will be zoned as staff only. Alright, so there we go. That's the zone. Items, doors, kinds of doors, structures, doors, small doors. Zones off, toggle rooms on so you can see that this is the staff room. Office desks in there. Structure. Items, floors. Okay, we've completed it. Next bit is to hire 4 staff, hire 4 security agents, hire 4 ramp agents, and wait for staff to arrive. Okay. apparently I also have to do the outside is summer has arrived, employee can't find a reachable staff room. Make sure that it's reachable through the zone areas. There, well, there it is. It should be there. Oh, noes. Okay, back up to open. Okay, let's get our staff and applicants. Filter by, let's start with security, I guess. So there we've got our 4 security people, 4 staff, 4 ramp agents. Okay. Not a pleasant person to deal with. You need pleasantness, I think, in this job as well, because you're interacting with the public. And that gives us 4 of them, and then technical is where we're going to be needing these people. A lot of logic. So, Scouter's back, yes! Let's take a look here, what's this saying? Employee can't reach the accessible server. Why wouldn't it not be reachable? I wonder if you have to go through the non-secure area to get there. That may be it. That may have been a little bit of information they had not told us. So, let's try that. Let us try that, and... well, wait a minute now. If he can't reach it, it's because he's not going through the bloody doors. Okay. If this is the idiot... can't find anything to do, then you're not working hard enough at it, my friend. else seems to manage to make it in there. Okay, 4 staff. Securities. 1 ramp agent. 2 staff. Staff, that should be good. Shifts, roll, staff. 4 ramp agents. They haven't got me to enable to search that way yet, so reject. Jeez Louise. The ramp agents they have here are all kind of sucky. I think that's there. Okay, so we've got to enable ramp agent service. In the operations tab. Yay. And we're on. We're on with good stuff, man. Okay, so then I think our next section, terminal passenger flow, beautify the terminal, hire your staff, schedule your first flight, accept a 1-star airline contract in the contracts tab, plan a flight, complete the flight, complete another 5 flights. F to open the flight planner, but first we have to sign a contract. To refuel. So we have staff operating security. Yes, everything seems to be going well there. Construction. I'm going to send all the contractors home now so that we can make a little money again. Okay, so we need to find ourselves filter by airlines. So we've got Stripe Air, cheap, requirements fulfilled, expires day 5, year 1. I think 5 days is when it expires. So we've got Maple Airlines. I know that Gomer Straw has taken off, but I know we've got some more Canadians floating around here. Okay. So this is a recurring flight that'll go out of Gate 1, MP860, from Oklahoma City to Louis Armstrong. In a de Havilland 6.
Nanoboost administered.
Mingland, thank you very much for the host, my friend. I have no idea why he cannot reach the staff room. Okay. It is. It's kind of neat. It's still in early access. They're still doing a lot of development. I think what I'm going to do I have to call my idiot friends the contractors back. There we go. That should hopefully eliminate... Yeah, okay. Winter is coming! Clear. Alright, now, come about here this time. Here comes our plane. And you'll see people lined up at the gate. Here come people boarding off the flight. Yay! Here come our ramp agents to service the plane. And here come our agents. Ready to onboard Maple flight. So complete another 5 flights. And the one way we can do that quicker is by getting another flight and maybe another airline for later in the day, because like I said, this is a recurring flight, right? All right. And that too will be a Cessna, so not even big as a. Yeah, there we go. So now we'll have 2 flights. And oh shoot, that's a medium flight, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. We are actually going to lurk and play games, show out some missions I want to check off today. Pop into it. Monscott, please, you're always welcome. Thank you for coming in. Lurk away. Now, I take it no one else has noticed what we haven't put in yet. And that's next on our list. Yep, just started up on this airport. Going to be at it for another 10 minutes or so, then we're going to switch things up again. This may be a longer term stream. Some other day here shortly. Okay, I don't know what I did there, but apparently paused things just a little bit. There we go. And 6 vacation days that weren't allocated. Now the rest of your work weeks this year are all short ones. What a shame. What a shame. Okay, we now have bathrooms. And oh, there's snow on the ground. That's what it is. There is snow on the ground. How awesome is that, folks? Let's speed up time a little bit. Here comes another flight in. Hey, more people. Oh, look at that. An hour where we're making money. We knew it would happen eventually. Okay, that's done, that's done. Hire staff is done. Scheduled first flight and complete another 5 flights. Oh, it's only Tuesday. It's only Wednesday. So we had one, I think, on Tuesday. And Wednesday, this is... So we'll have another flight coming in after this. I think that'll give us, yeah, 3 of the other 5 flights we needed. Once we do that, that'll probably be it for this version of this game. This runway needs repairing again, because it is getting quite a bit of use. How's the game coming along? And you know what? I think they're making good changes. They've got most of the major bugs worked out, which is a huge thing. And now they're working on some of the medium stuff, and you know their plan is get the bugs taken care of here, then start adding new features. They already are adding new features. They completely redid the tutorial, massive better. To put it mildly, it's a huge difference there. Like you see now in the grass fields, because you would only expect general aviation to use that. You don't have anything, but if you look here now on the actual stuff, you'll see lighting strips, green lighting, the blue taxiway lighting. So here's our arrivals and departures. You can see we've got a bunch of parked. Now these are all MPSA and CL. These are the scheduled flights, and those are our current general aviation. Every one of those airplanes making us money. But we are just about 4 hours in. It is going to be time for me to take about a 10-minute break here to stretch my legs a little bit, use the bathroom, get games changed over, add our new donors and all that sort of stuff in there to make sure that that's all up to date. So I will be back real shortly here, right as soon as we save this. Only 20 hours to go, my friend. Only 20 hours to go. So if y'all will bear with me, I will be back real shortly.